In this course, we're going to be using Blender 3D as our primary 2D animation application, and it's fantastic. I know many of you guys are probably coming into this wondering what the world is Blender, and the best way to look and understand what Blender is to travel over into the Blender website. So I've just traveled over to blender.org, and you're going to find everything that you're going to need, including how to download Blender, right here on this website. The big picture idea behind Blender is that it is a free, open source 3D and 2D animation and 3D modeling package. It's fantastic. Blender has been around for a long, long time. It's one of the old guards, if you will, of our 3D and 2D animation industry. It's just been around forever. And it's been contributed by the hundreds and hundreds of artists and programmers and computer scientists all around the world. They've all been contributing their information, their knowledge, and their expertise in efforts to make the animation system inside Blender as best as it can be. It's pretty fantastic. And at the core of this is just some really fantastic technology that I think you're really going to enjoy. The animation tools inside of Blender are phenomenal. Entire studios have centered their entire production pipeline around using Blender, and it's just everywhere. And it's a fantastic app, and I know that you're going to love working inside of Blender. And did I mention that it's free and open source? That means you can download it on any computer without any license, and it's open source, so the technology isn't owned by anyone. It's actually owned by everyone, if you really want to look at it that way. One of the things that I encourage folks to do when first starting out with Blender is just to kind of wrap your head around what the features of Blender are really about. And you're going to find that Blender is a deep, and I mean a deep application. There's a tremendous amount going on behind the scenes here. Everything's from photorealistic rendering to some of the best 3D modeling tools in the business. It's got a phenomenal sculpting engine. Of course, here in this class, we're going to be focusing on the Grease Pencil tool, which is really the 2D animation tools inside of Blender. It's just called Grease Pencil. It's pretty great. I think you're going to enjoy it. Actually, I know you're going to enjoy it. It's fast, it's easy to use, it's incredibly intuitive, and there's just so much good stuff. And they're updating it all the time. Every couple months, we get a new version of Blender that come with all sorts of really phenomenal tools in it. Like, for example, in the most recent version of the Grease Pencil tools here, they've provided us with some really fantastic way to edit the strokes and the lines that we create. In addition, we can also transform 3D primitives into two-dimensional line drawings now, which is pretty fantastic. The 2D animation tools in Blender helps us blur the line between 2D and 3D animation, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So get involved, check it out, look at all the features inside of Blender. There's a lot of stuff going on in there, and if you ever have a question about it, the other great thing about working with Blender is that it's open source technology. Everyone around the world can help support our process, and there's just a lot of information on here. Blender itself has a whole bunch of really phenomenal free tutorials. Shoot, if you were to just go on YouTube and do a search for Blender, you're going to find thousands and thousands of video tutorials all helping you learn the inner workings of Blender. It really is a phenomenal application. Now, if you want, and I encourage you to do this, I want to go back to the main page on Blender. Of course, this is where you download Blender. If you click on this button, you can also start looking. Check this out. This is neat. Windows, Linux, and other versions. I'm working on a Mac. It's basically any app out there is able to rock and roll. If you want to see all the new stuff, of course, here's the new features in Blender. I'm going to be working and doing all of my drawing inside of 2.93, which is the latest version of Blender at the recording time of this video. You can also go into the experimental branch of Blender and see all the new stuff that's coming out that hasn't been released yet. For example, they have a new version of Blender that's right around the corner that you can start playing around with now, which is pretty cool. So I definitely suggest that you get in, check it out. Look at the demo files in here too. These are really neat. It shows really what you can do with this engine. It's pretty fantastic, and I know that you guys are just really super going to enjoy it. So if you have any questions on Blender, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to help, and I think you're going to find that working with Blender is both easy to use and fun and super accessible.